One of the greatest Darth Vader comic books just came out yesterday, issue number 11, Darth Vader 2021. This was one of the more spectacular stories I've ever had the privilege to read, and given the fact that the writers had the constraints of the original movies to work around, this story was pretty damn awesome. For it to make sense in Return of the Jedi, I think they did a pretty good job. So yesterday we covered part 1 of this comic, which saw Vader enter the Sith Citadel of Palpatine on Exegol. Inside, he quickly not only found out about Sidious's laboratory, but now he found Luke Skywalker's hand that was cut off on Bespin by none other than Darth Vader. Using the Skywalker DNA, Palpatine had been experimenting on new monsters, new clones that would serve the Sith. Some of these monsters came out to fight Darth Vader, who made quick work out of them, and now he was being attacked by Sith acolytes. I just want to quickly point out that since it is not confirmed in the comic book by neither Darth Vader or Palpatine that this indeed is Luke Skywalker's hand, I saw a lot of you speculate that this actually might be Anakin's hand that was cut off by Dooku on Geonosis at the end of Episode 2. While that clearly could be the case, and I'm not ignoring that fact that this might be Anakin's hand that Palpatine as a Chancellor got a hold of, it just doesn't make much sense. This timeline follows immediately after Empire Strikes Back, so it would make much more sense that Palpatine got a hold of Luke's hand very recently. I don't know, it's not something that is confirmed, but timeline-wise, it would make more sense that it would be Luke's hand. Not only that, but we do have Legends material talking about Luke's hand as well, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Either way, as long as it is confirmed by somebody in the Darth Vader comic series, we're going to refer to this as Luke's hand, and Darth Vader gets an up-close look at his son's not only hand, but the offspring of his DNA. While he defeats the clones, now the Sith loyalists are after him. They are using sharp knives to go after Darth Vader. Vader is unfazed at this moment. Only 2 Sith, says Palpatine, just as you say, but any of these might replace you. Look at you, all in pieces. What hope do you have? In signature Darth Vader style, not only does he disengage the lightsaber, but he now uses all of his force ability to simply snatch all these knives out of the Sith loyalists' hand, aim it at them, and crush them in one swift stroke. A pool of bodies lay before Darth Vader. Just like his master, Vader did this with the flick of his wrist. The Sith assassin even tells Palpatine that Vader lives. Yes, says Palpatine, one step closer to vengeance. But what's that? Vader's heart is palpitating. He still feels it. Even Sidious knows this. The sharp pain. Something here is suffering, unfathomable pain. Whatever could it be, as Vader now approaches inside the heart of the Sith Citadel, where Palpatine undoubtedly wants him to go. Ocho Bestoon starts pleading with Vader. Now you have to see that you cannot possibly fight Palpatine. Your best bet is to come with me and broker some kind of a deal, but Vader ignores him and simply moves on. As I predicted a couple of weeks ago, Darth Vader now lays his gaze upon the enormous Exegol fleet of Palpatine. A fleet of Star Destroyers 1,000 times more powerful than the galaxy has ever seen. Now Vader started mocking Palpatine. Is this all you have? More monsters and more machines. He felt about this similar to how he felt about the Death Star, a mechanical abomination. But Ocho Bestoon saw it differently. These aren't just machines. Each of these carry a cannon that could destroy a planet, and there are hundreds of them. But alas, Vader was not preoccupied with these material things. He could still feel the pain inside of him. It was shaking his very core. This was all Palpatine's doing. In front of Vader there was what looked like a Sith temple. A scream could be heard outside of it. Vader wasted no time in approaching the Sith temple where Palpatine would undoubtedly be. Again, Ocho Bestoon started pleading with him. This is all too big even for you. Come back back with me. I'll tell the Emperor I got you to see reason. But now they were inside the temple and the pulsating energy was just too much. Even Ocho Bestoon started retreating. What is that? As Vader gazed upon it, the noise was just too much, coming out of a living thing. It was none other than the living Kyber crystal. Palpatine told Vader that this living mineral powers every lightsaber, but his saber uses just the tiniest shard. To power the cannons of my fleet, I have harvested a mountain of Kyber crystals. The Sith assassin was baffled. Why is it screaming that way as he held his head in sheer terror? Vader knew the Kyber was a living thing, and to serve a Sith, the Kyber must suffer. It must bleed. Yes, said Palpatine, pain, as the Sith loyalists were hacking at it with saws, making it bleed, making it suffer all the time. Palpatine even told so that only through pain will the Kyber crystal find its true power. As in a split second, the mountain of Kyber crystal expelled a pulsating energy in sheer pain that repelled everything and everybody in sight, except for Darth Vader, who was still standing his ground. It was so forceful that it even removed Ocho Bestoon's mask, and it hurt him visibly. It started melting him. It was so powerful that even Darth Vader felt it and would not retreat by any means, to the point where Vader screamed himself. As you can see by the speech bubble, Palpatine now started relaying a message to his apprentice. I tore you to pieces before, old friend. But this is something different, isn't it? Unlimited power beyond anything you have experienced, all in my hands. As from all this red energy emerged a figure. You feel it burning your flesh and mind, ready to incinerate you in an instant. And you know you cannot fight it, so now, how can you claim it? Out of the red light came Darth Sidious, fully postulated, not in pain at all. Vader was still screaming. He was very much still in pain. Yes, Palpatine said, pain, fear, anger, power. It was starting to hurt more and more. Vader's screams were starting to get louder and louder. It's the path you have chosen time and time again, but somehow need to choose again, time and time again. If you walk with me, you will never escape this terrible pain. But only in this way can you share my power. The dark figure, now revealed to be Palpatine himself, amazingly not in the slightest bit of pain. With this image, ladies and gentlemen, we understand that even Darth Vader was susceptible to pain that Palpatine was just not. He was such a superior being, he was basically untouchable. Even the sheer power out of the Kyber crystal that repelled everything, melted everything in its path, Sidious was just completely unaffected. I think this panel definitely shows the ultimate difference between Vader and Palpatine. The superiority of Palpatine was for him to withstand what Vader just could not, is very telling at this moment. While Vader is not repelled or melted in any way, Vader is standing his ground, although he is in tremendous pain. Now comes the original vision from Darth Vader that he had in the Red Mist, where he was fighting Luke, but the sides had changed. Now Luke defeated Vader, cut off Vader's hand, and Vader was playing the role of Luke. Luke was telling Vader, search your feelings. You can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. What Luke now did was extend his hand for his father to join him in destroying the Emperor. As Vader gazed upon his son, Palpatine asked, Lord Vader, have you chosen? And the last page shows us that Vader indeed has chosen. "Yes, my master." As Vader intently put it, he had joined the clan of Palpatine once more, and this is the last page of this comic issue, issue number 11. It is to be continued from this point on, but it was a pretty good conclusion to this point. It's not much of a cliffhanger as the rest of these comic books have been accustomed to. Now, for those who think this is anticlimactic, why didn't Darth Vader and Palpatine duel and get it out there? Well, not only was it shown again that Darth Vader cannot withstand what Palpatine can, and basically showed that Palpatine was a superior Sith at this point to Darth Vader. You might have missed the hidden meaning behind what Darth Vader's vision represented and what Darth Vader says in the end. I want to quickly explain to you guys that at this moment, Luke tells Darth Vader that he is destined to destroy the Emperor and that Palpatine has foreseen this. When Palpatine asks if Vader has chosen and Vader says yes to Palpatine as he joins him once again, he knows that he is destined to destroy Palpatine one day, and that being closer to him, he has chosen to kill Palpatine when the time comes. This is why this is a very masterful storyline at this point, showing how Vader came to grips with reality. Palpatine cannot be destroyed outright. He cannot be destroyed in a duel. Palpatine needs to be killed when the right moment comes, and that moment is in Return of the Jedi, as we clearly see it. Guys, please let me know what do you guys think about this comic issue, because it was a bombastic one, at least for me. But what did you guys think? Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below as well. Subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.